Welcome back to my channel, Jazz Hands. Back with you guys with another review. Okay, so I lied because this ain't a review. I'm always doing reviews, but that ain't what this is. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Jaylee. I don't even know why I wanted to sing this, y'all. I just did. But welcome back to my channel. I'm coming back to you with another video. I wanted to do jazz hands. Is this how jazz hands work? I'll sit like this. Like this. Somebody comment down below and tell me how it is. It's like this, like this. I don't know. But anyway, I am back to you guys with another Beginner 101 video, how to, like, just different stuff I learned. I know I took a break. And while I was taking a break, I was learning stuff. Because I know sometimes what you see on YouTube is not what you can wear to work, child. It just is what it is. So I'm coming to you guys with, you know, just a basic foundation, how to conceal, how to highlight, and get your foundation on really flawless for an everyday application. Nothing too bright, nothing too bold. All the products I am using are drugstore friendly, or they are brands that are actually very, very, very affordable. So, and I will tell you them as we're going along. I will tell you that the products you're going to need is going to be foundation, a highlight shade, and a contour shade. You're going to need your favorite primer, and you're going to need your setting powders. So, without further ado, let's jump on it. So, the first thing I do is always make sure my face is clean and moisturized. Next, I use primer. Primer is very important. Even if you don't have oily skin, primer is still important because you might want to make sure that your face is smooth. For me, I have oily skin, so I use two. I'm going to be using the ColourPop All-Star Matte and Blur Primer, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. I will say with the ColourPop, you actually do have to shake it up, but it's because I really don't use it every day. But this one has a consistency of a moisturizer. And I like it because it's not so drying that my skin gets tight. Next, I'm going to use the Maybelline. Now, at this stage, two things can happen. For me, I have hyperpigmentation, so depending on the foundation, I do color correct. And today, I don't think I'm going to color correct, but it's just because the foundation I'm using is actually a foundation and concealer. I'm going to be using the Maybelline 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in 14 Golden Toffee. But if I was not, I would be using the LA Pro Concealer in orange, or I would use the Bye Bye Under Eye for my under eyes, or I would use the Beautiful Bronze in LA Girl Pro as well. I use those in a mixture of the two, just depending. But I don't actually have to do that. Also, I do spray my face with one or two items. Either I use my Mario Badescu spray, rose water, or I use the Smashbox Photo Finish primer water. Today I'm going to use the Mario Badescu though. We're going to shake this up. And I tell people, shake your foundation up very, very well. Make sure that it's not so watery. especially depending on the foundation you're using. Shake it up. Make sure you shake it up. I'm going to start off with just one pump at first. And I'm going to use a BS Smalls flat face brush. And what I do is I stipple this into my skin. And as you can tell, look guys, this actually covered up everything and I did not have to color correct. I say if you get the right foundation, you know, and for me, it's the least amount of products you can put on your face gives you the more flawless your application will be. Because it'll be more skin-like. I'm going to put a little bit more right there. But I actually have some on here. So we're just going to scrape up this little bit I have. And I'm going to just dab that right there. Just a little bit. And you see how one pump literally did the whole half of my face. Okay, so look from this side to this side. See how you can see the hyperpigmentation? And here you cannot. And it is very light. I'm going to once again use one pump on this side of my face. And I'm just going to sparingly put it in places. And sometimes I do put it over places I want to actually conceal. And next I'm going to go in and just stipple this into my skin. Also, make sure you get the corners and like your under your chin and stuff like that. Make sure you blend down so you don't have that line of demarcation right here, which I see a lot of women do have. And if you would like, you can actually go over your foundation with a dry sponge just to take off any excess product. And this makes sure that you don't have a lot of product left, liquid product left on, so when you're putting on your powders, it doesn't actually get cakey. So when you're looking at it, if it looks a tad bit too shiny, take your sponge and just dab on it just a little bit. Just to take off any excess product. And there we are. On occasions, I will, depending on the foundation that I use, and this one is not necessarily as mattifying as I would like, but it does give me a skin-like finish. I will take my setting spray, and today I'm going to use the NYX Matte Finish. Again, once I think it's about $8. I'm going to set my foundation. In doing that, it takes, once again, and puts a barrier in between my foundation and the next set of products that I'm going to put on my face. Next, we're going to go in with, I'm going to be using ColourPop. And it's in the shade Dark 46. These are actually very inexpensive as well. You can get them from Ulta or off the ColourPop website. I know they're under $10. I will somewhere up here put how much they are, but I know they are under $10. For me, because I do have more, I am a little bit older, and I don't want to waste products. I only really put it in the inner corners of my eyes, and I only put it in the inner corners of my eyes and I drag it out. Because I don't really need to put product out there, and I will show you guys exactly how it works. Next, I put highlight up on the top bridge of my nose and again drag it down. I put it under my lip. I'm sorry, over my lip, on my chin, and I put a little bit in my forehead. Now, depending on the concealer that you're using, you might not want to let it sit, because if you're using a mattifying one, it will dry down quick and be hard to blend. ColourPop is not as mattifying, so I can let it sit and I can put my concealer on. My contour on. To contour, I am going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick, and I got it in Espresso 412. So to contour, I go at the top of my ear and come down. That's it. I go at the top of my ear and I sort of make a small J. That's all. I do the bottom of my chin because I have a round face, and I do under here. And I really don't do much to my forehead, but I put a couple of dots. A couple of lines, should I say. On my forehead. And to do down my nose, I do bring it out a little bit, but I run a quick line down my nose. And that's it. Really not a lot. As you can tell, it's not a lot at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to blend out my contour. For my upper chin, I take it and I do it in circular motions, but it's more of an upward circular motion. Just because I want to lift my face. You don't want to drag it down, because then that's making your face heavy. And you want to do it in small circular motions so that you can sort of keep the product where you want it but yet blending it out all in the same breath. And do the same thing on the other side. Next, then when I go to my chin, this area I do pull it down because I want there to be a shadow that my chin just sort of snatched. Same thing with this side. With my forehead, I pull it down to the sides and back. And I just sort of blend out with this. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is blend out my highlight. I have not done my nose yet, and I know I haven't done it. On my chin, I blend that out together. So we're going to start here with the chin, and I'm going to blend that out. And I'm just using a face angle brush. I'm going to do under my lip. And I'm going to take that around my lips. We're going to do our forehead as well. And the places I want more coverage is the places that actually leave it the longest. Now here on my nose, I'm going to drag it just up the center. And then I'm going to take this buffing concealer brush from Ulta, and I'm going to run it up and down the sides of my nose and brush that down. And when you do your contour on your nose, make sure you run it into right under your eyebrow. Because if you just leave it to stop right here, it does not blend out correctly at all. It just looks like your nose just sort of stops somewhere. So blend it out into your eyelids. Next, I'm going to do under my under eye, and we're going in real close with that. Now, when I'm not wearing foundation that day, I will pull the concealer up on my eyes, just a pinch, just because it will give that open eye look that I'm awake. And for this, I'm just patting it in and dragging it out to the edge. See how I did not need to put concealer out here, but yet it's still highlighted? Just as if I had put it. I'm all about saving my coins. And ladies, this method helps you save a lot of coins, and you don't look cakey. You don't look like you are overdone. It really just looks like, once again, your skin. Next, to blend all of this in flawlessly, I go back in with my foundation brush, and I just begin to mesh all of the makeup together. All those dark edges, you just start blending them out just a little bit so that your makeup looks blended and flawless. Next, I'm going to set under my eyelids with the Maybelline Fit Me in 35 Deep. You can use predominantly any one you like. Normally, I do this with a brush, but today I'm going to do it with a sponge. I go in and I just press. I do not bake at all, but I don't bake because it's really, it makes me cakey. I'm not sure about everybody else, but I know when I do it, my makeup sort of tends to be actually very, very, very cakey. So I don't bake. And maybe the only place I might bake will be my nose. Besides that, it's a no. And you really just want to press this in anywhere you put highlight. And because I want my contour to stand out, do that. Next, I am going to set my foundation. I use any flat brush to set it. I'm using the Black Opal Deluxe Finishing Powder. And what I do with that is I just take it and set anywhere else I put foundation. I go over the contour, everything. I just set all the places I put foundation. Guys, make sure if you put it under your neck to set under your neck. Setting my makeup and learning how to set has made my routine so flawless. It has been a life changer for me, and like it really changed the game up. See how my face actually has color? It's not all just one flat color. I brought back all the dimensions back into my face, and it looks really skin-like. Once I have done that, you can stop here. Like, truthfully be honest. You can stop here, put some eyeliner on, some lip gloss, some mascara, and call it a day. For me, I do like to contour and put it back in there just a little bit. I'm going to be using Tried and True, the True Complexions contour palette. I do have the medium to dark. And with a very light hand, I put the contour on. And again, you saw how we just do it in a circular motion. Very light, very, very, very light. On my forehead, I will use the center shade, which is Sculpt. And to show you the difference between the two, this is contour, this is Sculpt. To do my nose, once again, I use Sculpt as well. Because I don't want it to be so dark, but I do want it to show. I do around my chin. And I do under my lip just to make it a little more pouty, even though I do have big lips. People tell me not to say I have big, to say I have full, but I put it under here just to give you that pouty look. And voila. The next thing I do as well is I'll start to put on blush and things like that. But I'm going to pause it, put on some eyeliner and some mascara. And I'm gonna put on some mascara and some eyeliner. Excuse my one eye. I am really, really sick, you guys. So, and I have a sinus stuff going on, so my eye is killing me. And I didn't want to put on lashes, so I just put on mascara. But that is what I do. And the next thing I do is, I will tell anybody, is to set your face. The two that I love the most is the NYX Matte Finishing Spray, and I love the Morphe spray. I'm in the black can. I've never tried the one in the pink can. Some people say it's a different formula. I'm not sure. And also, I shake up all my makeup before I use it. And hold it arm distance away so you don't splatter your makeup. But I set my face, and then I just make sure it's dry. And see how just putting on that spray just really made my highlight pop? But yes. And then you, for the most part, get a really, really flawless application. If you have questions about the products I use, where I get them from, anybody that is, just, if you're new to my channel, I'm budget friendly. I am always finding good products on sale with coupons. So, I say get nice stuff, but catch it on sale. Never pay full price. Why? Why?